If someone walked into your home, killed everyone you loved, and the only way to bring them back was to do something unforgivable, would you do it? Because that's exactly the choice Rimuru had to make, and he didn't hesitate. Like and subscribe if you're ready. But here's the thing, Rimuru Tempest is one of the most peaceful, most merciful protagonists in all of isekai anime. Rimuru isn't your typical overpowered protagonist who loves to fight. When he got reincarnated as a slime in a fantasy world, his first instinct wasn't to conquer, it was to connect. He befriended goblins. He built relationships with orcs, lizardmen, dwarves, races that were supposed to be enemies. He turned a patch of forest into a thriving nation called Tempest, built on one core idea. Everyone deserves to live in peace. He has had countless opportunities to crush his enemies, and he almost always finds another way. A deal, a compromise, an alliance. This is a guy who named every single one of his followers individually, because to him, they weren't soldiers or tools. They were his family. That's the Rimuru we know, and this is where it gets real. Because what Rimuru is about to do isn't just shocking, it's the only move he had left. Let me show you why. While Rimuru was away, the Kingdom of Falmouth launched a sneak attack on Tempest. No warning, no declaration of war, they just sent soldiers in to slaughter his people. His people didn't even fight back properly. They were set up to lose. By the time it was over, many of Rimuru's people were dead. So let me ask you something before we go further. If it was your family lying there, what would you have done? And among them, Sheion, some of the very people Rimuru had named, his closest companions. He returned to a home full of corpses and grieving survivors, and the people responsible. They were already retreating, expecting zero consequences. This is the moment the story asks its biggest question. What does a leader do when protecting the future means doing the unthinkable? Now here's where people get it wrong about Rimuru's killing spree. Some viewers see it as pure revenge, like he just lost control, but that's not what's happening. Rimuru had one way to bring back the dead, evolve into a true demon lord, and to do that, he needed to harvest enough souls to trigger that evolution. Be honest with yourself for a second. If you were in Rimuru's position, if the math was simple, kill them or lose your people forever, could you say with confidence you wouldn't do the same thing? The literal, mechanical requirement was tens of thousands of souls, or his friends stay dead forever. The only path that led to Sheion, to all of them coming back, was the one he took. And let's be clear about who he targeted. He didn't go after innocent civilians. He went after the army that invaded his home, the soldiers who participated in the massacre, the king who ordered it, the people directly responsible. This wasn't random bloodlust. This was a leader who identified the threat, calculated the cost, and paid it with his own hands and his own conscience. A lot of isekai protagonists get power and use it for fun or glory. Rimuru used it to pay a debt to the people who trusted him with their lives. He became the thing the world feared, a demon lord, not for conquest, not for revenge in the petty sense, but because the people he loved needed him to. He sacrificed his own innocence for his family. And the moment his friends came back, when Sheion opened her eyes again, you could see it on his face. Relief, not triumph. So let me know in the comments, do you think Rimuru was justified, or did he go too far? I want to hear your take.